Students, this is the time for computer class and I am your computer teacher. We are continuing lesson 4, the classification of software. So, in the last few videos, I discussed about hardware and software, what is software, the different types of software like the system software, application software, mobile applications. In system software, I discussed about what is system software, the different types of system software like system management program, and in system management program in my last videos I discussed about operating system, library programs and the utility programs. In my last few videos I discussed about different types of utility programs like the antivirus software, disk defragmenter, disk cleanup, data compression, backup utility, etc. So today I am going to discuss about encryption and decryption tool, which is a part of the utility program. So today we are going to discuss about encryption and decryption tool. Encryption and decryption tool. And decryption tools. So what is encryption and decryption tool? We can say encryption is the process of encoding the data in the form that is not understandable till the time it is decoded. Encryption helps in protecting the data from the unauthorized persons. Even if the hackers hacks our data, they will not be able to understand the data because the actual text has been transferred into some encrypted letters or symbols. So if one manages to open our files, he or she will not be able to decode it till the decryption key is available to him. So the encryption is mainly the process of encoding the data which is not understandable till it is decoded. It is mainly used for the security purposes. Now what is decryption? Decryption is the reverse process of encryption. So an encrypted file can easily be decoded by using the key to decrypt the file. There are many encryption and decryption tools that are available on the internet, and we mostly use them for protecting our files or folders which contain the important document. So this is encryption and decryption tools. Now we begin the topic system development program. This is the second part of system software. System development program. SDP. This is the short form of system development program. So what is system development program? So these are the programs that are responsible for the development of systems. Here we generally have language translators. So language translator is the best example of system development program. Whenever we are asked to give example, we can give language translator. The language translator are the best example of system development program. So system development programs are the programs that are responsible for the development of system. So here we begin with the topic language translator. Language translator. So we all know that computer is a digital device and it understands only binary language. The binary language is also known as machine language, which is mostly made up of 0 and 1. So in order to do the programming on 0 and 1, it is very difficult. So many programming languages such as C, C++, Java, QBasic have been developed to write the programs in an easier way. These programming languages, also known as high-level language, are similar to the English language. So whenever we do any programming in the high-level language, we generally have language translator that takes the high level language program and convert them into the machine language. And after converting them, it executes the instruction, produces the output, and then converts it into the high level language and presents the result before us. So the task of converting the high level language program into machine level language by program is called language translator. So what is language translator? We can say the language translator, it is a program of converting high level language into machine language. So what is language translator? We can say it is a program of converting the high level language into the machine language. So the language translator program works the same way as the translators generally work. Suppose we say I am a teacher who can speak English and Hindi, and the students can understand only say Bengali or Punjabi. Now if I continuously explain the topics or the lesson in English and Hindi, the children or the students will not be able to understand it. Why? Because they understand only either Bengali or Punjabi. So for such conditions, we generally need a translator, a person who generally knows Hindi, English, Bengali and Punjabi language. So whenever I make any statement, that person, the language translator, generally takes my statement and converts it into the Bengali or Punjabi so that the students or the children can understand. The language translator also work in the same way. The programs that is written in different computer language such as high level language are converted into the machine language. So we generally have three types of language translator. The first one is assembler. The second one is compiler, and the third one is interpreter. So we generally have three types of language translator. The first one is assembler, the second one is compiler, and the third one is interpreter. So we begin with assembler. Assembler. So what is assembler? So assembler is a language translator that generally translates the program written in assembly language to machine language. So it translates assembly language into machine language. So the assembly language generally consists of mnemonic or pseudocode, which is converted into the binary language by the help of assembler. Next, we have compiler as the language translator. So what is compiler? A compiler generally translates the program written in high level language to machine language. It translates the whole program in a single go. Means it takes the entire program and checks if there is any error or not. If the program is error free, it compiles or translates the entire program into the machine code. So the execution of compiler is much faster than compared to the other translators. The third, the language translator that we have is interpreter. Now what is interpreter? The interpreter is also a language translator, but the basic difference between the compiler and interpreter is that the compiler translates the whole program in one single go if the program is error free, whereas the interpreter generally takes a single line, checks if the line is error free, then it converts it into the machine language. So the compiler has a fast execution speed, whereas the interpreter has slow speed compared to that of the compiler. So C, C++, Java, all this type of programming language generally use compiler, whereas Python, basics, such type of programming language generally use interpreter. So here we have ended the system software. In the next video we will be discussing about the application software. Thank you.